I'll never forget it. I was with my husband at my doctor's office or the surgeon's office, and when he came in and gave us the news that it was a stage 2 breast cancer, all I remember is just kind of getting dizzy and passing out. I asked to sit down, and I think that was just about it. It's very devastating.
When the doctor told me that the results of the biopsy were positive, I was just in total shock. I couldn't believe it, and I thought that it would never happen to me.
The day my wife was diagnosed with cancer was pretty devastating. She had gone in for a biopsy. I went with her, of course, and my daughter. We found out 2 days later that she had breast cancer. When that news came, I didn't know what to do. I knew at the time, finances, we were struggling with finances. And emotionally, I was really scared.
After my diagnosis, I couldn't work anymore. There really was no income coming in because being independent, I didn't have health insurance or any type of backup. It had just gotten to the point where we were really financially devastated.
It's been financially hardship because at the time we were going through a foreclosure. And when you have no insurance, which I didn't, you don't know where to turn. You think, oh, could it be possible I might die just because I don't have insurance? I can't pay for the treatment.
When this happens, you don't think about that. You just want to know what's wrong, what they're going to do. And actually, I didn't even think about it till I was at my oncologist, and I had to speak with a financial planner in reference to this, and this was after my surgery. And basically I was told if I had not met my deductible that I wouldn't get my treatment. And that's very shocking, and I went into panic mode. That almost truly scared me more than having the cancer, because I'm like, well, now what do I do? This is going to be here if I can't pay for it.
Now it's 2 years later. We're doing great. We were able to live normal lives like we had planned. It's at this time in our lives, our kids are out of school and moving away, doing their thing, so we get to do our thing alone after raising them.
I want my mom there as long as she can be. And when she was discussing about not going through the chemo, I was mad at her. I wanted her to go through with it. She shouldn't die when I'm young. She should be there when I'm getting married, when I'm having a baby, when I need help with something. She's supposed to be there. It's your mother. And I'm happy she's here. Without her, it'd be an empty hole in my heart. There's no mother.
I think it was the fact of not knowing, what was going to happen or what, things were going to be like for me. And then at the time, my son was 5. He was 5 years old. So I didn't know, well, am I going to be around for him?
I've been fighting breast cancer for 5.5 years now. Every day I'm going to fight. I am very grateful for every day that I have on this earth. I would love to see my daughter married and my son married and grandchildren to spoil. My prognosis is that eventually this will kill me. I'm stage 4, and it's all through my body. So it's a matter of keeping ahead of it as much as possible.
That's the thing about cancer, There's nothing you can do. Our friends in pink ended up footing pretty much the whole bill for all of her procedures. Of course, that was a great relief, because she was at a crossroads deciding whether she was going to do it or not, just because of money. I couldn't have that. It was not something I wanted to lose her over.
Friends in pink were there, thank goodness, because she probably wouldn't have gone through with it. She probably would have just let the cancer take her. She wouldn't have fought.
Friends in Pink is important because we help individuals that are diagnosed with breast cancer who have little or no health insurance. Basically what that means is when they're diagnosed, they have full understanding of the fact that they have basically a $350,000 bill. And without insurance and without someone to help them, the choice is, do I get my family ready, or do I try to get some help so I can survive breast cancer? And that's why Friends in Pink is so important.
Interestingly enough, when people think about the emotional aspect of cancer, which is enormous, they think about the typical emotions the gamut of emotions that you go through: shock, fear, anxiety, depression, anger. But people don't understand that while you're going through all of that stuff, it's really, really comforting to know that you don't have that financial burden on your shoulders. So you know that now, once that is taken care of, the money is there, your treatment will be paid, you'll be able to get the best, most innovative treatment out there. Then you can focus 100% on getting better.